You're still watching Ways. Now, the World Milk Day is observed every year on the 1st of June to recognize the importance of milk as a global food. The main objective of this day is to focus on activities that are connected to the dairy sector and to show people the importance of milk and dairy products in our lives. The day also holds special importance for India as it is one of the largest producers of milk across the world. To celebrate this day, make your own cheese, add chocolate, strawberry, and melted flavorings to your milk. Then blindfold the kids and have, a milk tasting event. And also you can invite your friends for homemade hot chocolate while drinking your milk. Learn more about the nutritional value of milk. So, are you a milk person?
No.
I am lactose intolerant.
I love milk. I think I've reduced my intake of milk these days because dairy affects my skin. So I probably have like acne or pimples or breakouts or something, yeah. So I had to reduce it. But it wasn't that serious. But I broke out recently, so I've been trying to find out what triggered it. Yeah. But aside that, I love milk. So I basically take cereal almost every day.
How about you, Maury?
I love milk too. I love it so much. I love milk. I love ice cream.
You look like somebody that love milk with your pink lips.
I love yogurt. I love ice cream, chocolate. I just love milk.
Awesome. So at least we have milk people in the house. I'm just lactose. I love milk. So whenever I take it, I get constipated, but it doesn't stop me from taking it. But what I just try to do is try to reduce maybe once in a month, that kind of conversation. I'll take. Or what I now switch to, although it's not the same. If it's not milk, it's not milk. All the almond milk. It is so bland.
It's so bland. It's almost
it's not rich.
It doesn't do anything.
No.
You're just taking it because healthy, and it's not as cheap as the normal.
Yeah, it's so expensive. And yet it's not as. I love milk, but I'm lactose intolerant.
I think for the price and then the taste, you're like,
yeah.
I will stick to the normal cow milk. Thank you.
That's food. It's expensive and it's not sweet.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not yummy and it's pricey.
Very, very pricey. So I remember when my sister's son was growing up, he too is lactose intolerant. So the lady that was selling baby food, she used to sell goat milk. That thing is really expensive.
It's expensive.
Oh my goodness, one can. And like that one can, then I can't remember how much it was. Let me not exaggerate on TV, but I knew it was so expensive. And he had to take 1 can per week.
Yeah.
She spent money.
No, that's too much. That's not goat milk is actually very expensive.
Very expensive. But he that was what he could take. He couldn't take the normal other brands that were cow milk. All right, Maury, what did you find for it? Is Faiza a milk person too? Like her mommy?
Well, I don't know yet, but she takes it. We don't know if she loves it, but she takes it.
Okay. All right, so tell us what you found in the news.
Okay, in the news, I found that Garba Shehu is safer today than it was in 2015. The president of Nigeria is safer today compared to 2015 when President Buhari took over. In an interview with channels, the senior president on media and publicity, that's Garba Shehu, said that, according to him, new challenges have come up, subdued, and most of the problems today, southwest Nigeria is perhaps of the country. Take us for a joke, but that's what I found in the news for us today without wasting.
So I keep saying to some of these people, especially these are our people in government, our special advisors, when you say things like this, is there a benchmark? Have you done your studies? Have you gathered data to back what you're saying? Because from the man on the street, insecurity is on the rise as of today compared to 2015. Do you understand?
What? They know.
I'm just saying, like, why would you play on our intelligence?
They love lying. They just love it. They just making.
So what parameters did you use to
everything.
make this kind of statement? And you are supposed to be in a position. Some people, do they understand the, like, I mean, that was what we're talking about.
Is it the same 2015 that we were in this same Nigeria, or is there another Nigeria he's
Maybe
talking
there's
about?
a different Nigeria and there's a different 2015 that
There
we're
has to
talking
be a
about.
different 2015 that he experienced that we did not experience. I'm pretty sure of it. Or maybe he was living in a bubble. He was living somewhere.
You are the spokesperson to the president. You can see your words are very, very. You should be very careful with how you communicate. And this was what we had yesterday. Conversation we were having yesterday with Inka Debayo about communication. You can't just talk like that. Where is the parameter? What are the what's it called, statistics to back this claim to say that Nigeria is safer today compared to 2015? As if we did not live in 2015 in this Nigeria.
Have you noticed how they just blatantly say things without actually bringing out data?
Facts, no that.
There are no facts. There is nothing. You just come out and say, this is what it is, or this is how it is. But we've seen it. We are living it. So what exactly are you saying? I don't know. I think it has actually just become a joke to them right now. So they're like, oh, just go to the press or to the media and say what you want to say and leave it. Let's trend. Yes, I want to. I think as a commissioner, I want to trend today. As a governor, it's my turn to trend. As a president, it is my turn to trend. Our president is trending today.
Let's take your story.
Okay, so those who want to destroy my government will be shocked. Now, this is by the president, Muhammadu Buhari. So he said that that those who want to destroy his government will receive the shock of their lives, as his administration would do everything possible to ensure they fail. He's referring to all the recent attacks on the police stations, the INEC office, and other places. And he's saying that the people who are perpetrating these crimes don't know what is coming for them. And I went online, I went on Twitter to hear what the Twitter streets saying. And then somebody asked him a question, because he also tweeted it from his account. What we don't know is if he was the one who tweeted it or if he was his personal assistant that did that. And somebody asked him a question, because he said that you don't understand the language that we are going to speak to you. And then somebody asked him, what language have you been speaking to the Boko Haram guys who have been kidnapping people? What language have you been speaking to those people who you said they've killed countless number of people, and now you're giving them money or sending them to school or something like that without actually sending them to jail or persecuting them or anything like that? What language have you been speaking to them? What have you been saying to them? But this thing that is happening now, all of a sudden you feel like somebody's trying to attack your government or trying to attack your seats.
Very interesting. Very interesting. You know, I'll just stay on the president, because that's my story as well. I think it was the same event today, Tuesday, where he was talking to the INEC chairman, and he says we will treat promoters of insurrection in the language that they understand. So he, of course, what you mentioned, he talked about the hoodlums that had raised no fewer than 11 INEC offices, 13 vehicles, 429 generators, others in over 41 attacks in the last few months, scores of police stations like you mentioned. And so the part I want to also draw our attention to was when he said that many of those misbehaving today are too young to be aware of the destruction and loss of lives that occurred during the Civil War. Those of us in the field for 30 months who went through the war will treat them in the language they will understand. So, I mean, I understand that part, that a lot of people clamoring for so many things, like we rightly said, you're too young to understand the dynamics of what happened with Civil War. I have had my fair share of what like a civil unrest would look like, especially if you lived in the north when we had all the uproars and all of that. And I would not wish it for us to even go through that again. But I understand that part where he's talking. But you see, as you're talking tough to these people, like you're saying, okay, whoever you speak the language that they would understand. I love that. Speak the language, and then also speak the language that the hoodlums, the Boko Haram, the bandits will also understand. So let it be a fair balance. Let it not look like, okay, now that there's some kinds of agitations in some part of the country, you are now very vocal and visible and talking. So let it be seen that you are across board, condemning what is plain evil. I think that is what we want from our president. that's the kind of language that's the language we want him to communicate to us.
I don't know. I find it really somehow that he's actually coming out now to say something when it has actually gotten worse. And is there another word that is after worse? What's this?
Maury, do you want to add something to that? I think it's even in line with what she even had taken in her story.
Yeah. So also, like, it doesn't change the fact that I think that the government, they don't, like I keep saying every time, they don't rate us. You know, somebody just says, because they know that whenever they say stuff, to tweet it, which will give them time to just have or whatever, and then they just keep coming out. I feel like there's somebody in that government department that has like a list of what to say every week. So this week we're going to say this week we're going to say that, this week.
So we just keep them busy on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't take that anymore, honestly.
Absolutely. All right, so that's all we can take for what's in the news. It's our ladies' night out. So today we're discussing social interaction. So when we come back from the break, that will be our conversation. Stay with us.